Let's talk about values and process and incentives and those kind of things. When I was growing up, my family never lacked for necessities, but we definitely had to be careful about budgeting. My father had a somehow constantly updated register of how much gas cost down to the penny at all of the gas stations within 5 miles of our house. My mother was an incredible couponer and buyer of no frills groceries and saved pennies anywhere they could, which of course got me into trouble at school because I sometimes got teased. Well, often got teased because I couldn't afford brand name sneakers or jeans or whatever. And uh, so I underwent some teasing about that, along with many other things. But fast forward to being an adult, that message has kind of stuck with me that inexpensive is the best way. Obviously, if you're looking for something that has a certain amount of quality, but if you can get it less expensive, you can spend less, that's a good thing. Why does this relate to this project? Well, part of the reason why it was a little bit of a slog to get it recorded and then uploaded was because none of the free phone voice recorders that I could find had the option to record or save in the MP3 file format, which is the format that you have to use for uploading to podcast that's going to be distributed by RSS, like they generally are. You have to pay a certain amount to get a version of a voice recorder that will save as an MP3 file. What that meant was I had to record the thing on my phone if I wanted to record when I wasn't at my desk with my nice microphone. I would record on my phone and then download the phone, download the recording off my phone onto my computer, convert it into the MP3 file format. And of course, while I've got it there, I might as well edit it, right? Clean up the sounds, edit out any mistakes, start overs, that kind of thing. Give myself the option to start over as many times as I wanted anywhere in the recording. And so it ended up being a certain amount of work over and above just coming up with the idea and speaking it into my phone. I had to spend time at home, precious time that I didn't have when I was working 6 days a week, upwards of 55 hours, doing hard physical labor and being very tired when I got home, plus also trying to do some podcasting and audiobook production work. There were a lot of things that were pressing on my time and energy that made it difficult to then follow through with all of the stuff that I had to do after I recorded the thing. And there was a sort of instinctive pressure against buying a voice recorder that could record directly in MP3. There was an underlying assumption that if I could do the work to get the thing published without having to spend money, that was better. And so part of the reason why I ran out of energy after 74 episodes, or my momentum faltered, was because of that, because of the extra time and energy and work that it took above and beyond the recording. And so at some point, not too long ago, I thought, wow, I'm going to have extra time now that I've become a regular carrier. I'll have Sundays off. I won't have to work quite as much overtime. Maybe I'll have some more spare time and energy to start doing these episodes again. So I thought about what would help make that more easy, more doable, feel less daunting. And I thought, wow, I wonder if I could just record straight into MP3, I could upload that to my podcast hosting website straight from my phone. I wouldn't have the opportunity or then the same pressure to do the editing, but I can speak extemporaneously. I am relatively confident in my ability to do that, so why not? I looked at various sound recording apps on the Google Play Store, and the one that I settled on to record that I'm recording on now cost $5. I spent I'm gonna estimate over the course of those 74 episodes, I probably spent about 25 hours in total fiddling with uploading and downloading and editing and saving as file formats. All of that to avoid a $5 charge that in the end, that amount of effort and extra work wasn't the only reason, but it was a good part of the reason why the first season of Everyday Fora ended after 74 episodes. So here we are. I, I decided that this project of mine was worth $5 US. And I'm going to trust that I don't actually need a ton of editing, mixing, mastering, etc. to make my message coherent and listenable. I don't know if this is going to be a full on revival or if I'm just going to do a bonus recording every once in a while, but I just wanted to kind of say to both myself and you, it's important to think about the incentives, the assumptions, the things that you may be holding on to that make you feel like it isn't worth investing in your projects, in your passion, in your interests. And sometimes, with a little bit of thought and a little bit of planning, a little investment in yourself can make a big difference. And you're worth it.